Hello everyone, it is Cress, aka Lady Taka, and it is time for this week's thrift store and rummage sale finds video, which was looking a little down because I really didn't shop much thrift store stuff since Wednesday, which would have been the 28th of August, through yesterday, but I saw a cabinet on Marketplace, a barrister bookcase, for only $25. It's a narrower bookcase, but 4 levels. And you might remember Dad picked up a solid oak one that was 3 levels and shorter. It's in the office now. This one's going downstairs closer to my craft room, and I only paid $25, which is fair price for what it is, because when we got it, it ended up being particle board with oak veneer. But it's still a pretty good case. It's in great shape. And apparently there was a rummage sale. She didn't tell me there was a rummage sale going on, and it was in a little bit farther away. It was in Palmer from Harvey, which is kind of like, if you were anywhere from the UP, our mailbox says we live in Marquette when we live in Harvey. It's part of Marquette. Palmer's the same way with Negaunee. So when you program it into GPS, it says you're going to Negaunee, but you're really not going anywhere near Negaunee. So I did get some things today. So things I got today, working backwards other than that case, Dad got some things, I got some things from the sale, and we paid $6 because I only brought the money for the case, so Dad paid. So I grabbed this. I like to collect advertising, but this one specifically for Rita, Bear Lady up there, where I actually put this great root bear on her poster up there. So I grabbed this for her because I told her she couldn't come because I didn't want to go. I didn't know how wide the bookcase was. I didn't know it was as narrow as it was, only take up half the car. So I thought I was going to need to put both seats down in my minivan. And I didn't want to put the dog in the kennel. So I picked this up for her, and it is a really vintage one by the tag. It is really old school. And so we'll just put him on the chair because that's probably where he's going to live anyway. And then while there, I picked up a Scrabble game. Now, it is worth it to me for whatever Dad might have paid for it. I think they're all there. As long as there's a J, I'm good. J's sell out very fast. There we go. There's the J. We're good. Whatever we paid, that'll sell fast. Because there's only one per box. But, I make Scrabble tile pendants, the whole alphabet. You'll find some are expiring tonight in my Etsy store, but I'll be renewing most of those tonight after the thing. I have a sale going on like 75% of my store tonight at 10% off. I grabbed, someone obviously got Loot Crate. This is actually from the month before I joined Loot Crate, like 4.5 years ago. But it says it's field notes, confidential. And I also grabbed this notebook, never written in, because I am writing down every vintage item I find, writing down what I pay, writing down what I'm going to list on the Etsy page, and keeping track. So I've been using little notebooks. And the only vintage thing I found today was this cute pewter hummingbird postage stamp dispenser holder. The signage says MT. I've not looked up MT in particular, but I looked up hummingbird ones on the way home where I had some Wi-Fi, some signal coming through, and this is selling anywhere between 10 and 20 and then shipping. So, and it is a little heavier because it is pewter, but that's the only vintage thing I picked up while we were there. And I think Dad got like a faucet and a silverware holder thing that you can put in the dishwasher. So my weekend rummage selling, though, other than that, was pretty bad, where I started grabbing like grab bags of jewelry and toys because I was dying. But I did decently at St. Vinny's earlier in the week, when on the closed Tuesday to restock for the season, so they finally had Halloween stuff out. And when I walked in, the first thing I saw was this on one of the tables. And it is a creepy face mug. And what's really funny is, if you put those lips together, it looks eerily, if you look on my Etsy store, like the mask I made in 8th grade or in middle school sometime. Except I didn't put dots in the eyes, but mine was a torture victim. But this cannot be used for drinking. I'm pretty sure they did not use quality glaze, so this will be listed as a spooky, eerie face pencil holder, utensil holder, that kind of thing. But for 50 cents, I couldn't resist him. I walked in. He was right there. The next thing I got is someone's homemade guillotine. Now, they of course made this out of just like cardboard and some tinfoil and some paint. But I feel like I am now on the hunt for an Alice Cooper action figure to display on this. Because for $1.50, it's worth the hunt now to find Alice Cooper. Because pretty much every Alice Cooper show I've ever heard of, he gets guillotined by the end. So I had to get this for $1.50. I couldn't make it. Along the spooky, scary stuff, I picked up this Disney plate for 50 cents. I was going to sell it on Etsy till I figured out it was only from 2016. I will keep it a while then. I knew I might have been risking it being too new, but it is Vampire Mickey, and if you know me, vampires are my thing. My email address since I was 12 has been Tiger Vampire. I have both at Hotmail and Yahoo on those, so in fact, the Yahoo's the one I use for YouTube. So it was cute, it was orange, it was decorative. And then I got this, mainly because it was new in box. It is marked Kmart, but it's vintage Kmart. And it originally sold for $3, which might be, I might put like $5 on it since it comes with the original box and then shipping on top of that. But it's just a cute little tea light holder. Ghost who's been out picking jack-o'-lanterns up. And I'll include a battery-operated tea light with this, because I don't want anyone to burn down their house with tea lights. But the box is not in perfect shape. It's definitely sound. It was only $1 for the whole thing, but someone did write on it, Ghost in here too. Like they were separate pieces, but they're not. They're connected. So I will try to sell that. And then the other Halloween-like theme thing I got at St. Vinny's is this bag of kitchen witches in a bat. So I will try to sell these, even though I do have several kitchen witches in my space of my kitchen. But these are really that size meant for kitchen witch, and they're meant to be hanging flying witches. They also have this bonus little bat in there, which reminds me of my youth, because I used to have several of these hanging in my bedroom. Right now I have that plush one I found with the glow-in-the-dark eyes. He doesn't want to stop spinning, but it really is that kind of vintage bat that I love. So there are 5 witches in here. They all have their brooms. I think they're like 90s vintage, just because of the company. I found some larger ones selling really well, but this is Gantz. But it feels like an older label. It doesn't look like the newer labels on them. So I have, where is your hanger? There it is. This maroon colored witch, which they are do have good detailing on the faces once you get their hair out of them and their ribbons. You just don't want to pose for the camera. And so this was maroon with spider cape. Then you have orange with spider cape. She's laughing maniacally. I think they all have pretty much the same expression even. We have green with blue spider cape. I think one of them I have to reattach the thing to. We have blue on blue, and I think they've reattached the string on this one. Didn't want to stay in the same spot, so I think the safety pin's only on there to readjust the string. And then this rustic pumpkin color, pretty much, with blue cape. So I paid $1 a piece with a free bat. So I figure even if all I charge is $5 to $10, I make profit. Someone has a nice cool witch. Then in the toy section, I found a bag of McDonald's French fries. Now only a few are complete where it has the hands part their right cap and their feet things, which go on weird. But again, this is from my own collection. Let me find the other one. The complete scuba guy. So this one makes more sense with the feet going that way. This one, he's literally supposed to be skating this way, I guess. I got another scuba guy, and then this is supposed to be a baseball guy, because these two are baseball guys, but neither of these have their feet. But they're McDonald's French fries, and I'm just going to keep them for my advertising collection. And my score at St. Benny's was I went in the case, and I went to go look at some bookends. They ended up being reproductions from the 1984 reproductions of an Art Deco design. And they were priced a little high for repros. I don't think someone even read it before they put it out. So I left that. But I spotted this green glass, and I was like, can I see those? And I flip it over, and they're like $2.25 for the pair. The label just literally fell off. $2.25. And I take my little light, and I go, I think that's glowing. And then I go off, I'll take them. And then I go off to another section store where it's a little darker and I can see a little bit of a glow. Now there's a little bit of scratch up on it, but they glow so pretty in the black light that I'm really glad, because now I have a uranium glass collection, because I had that pudding dish from before, and that's 2 and 3. So I don't know if this will translate on the screen. But that's them kind of glowing in the UV light. So that was my find of the week at Benny's. And then, as I said, until going out to Marketplace today, I had a really bad rummage sale weekend, and I got like bags of stuff. So I grabbed 2 giant toy truck bags, basically. All right, $2 a piece, so $4. And what I wanted from these are what I saw. One bag had this, which ended up being not just Roger Rabbit and Benny, it's also a kaleidoscope. So that's cool. I'm sure at some point it actually had something on the screen in there, like a movie thing, but it has disintegrated over time. So I'd assume this is from 1994. I think that's when the movie came out. And then this was in the other bag. It's Speed Buggy with Secret Squirrel and Manila Gorilla in there, and you pull this and it takes off. It actually speeds it up mega time. Then when I was going through them, I only found one more thing I absolutely had to keep, and that is another McDonald's thing. It's Map Tonight from 1988 Jeep version, and it's pretty dirty actually. I have the motorcycle guy already, so those were my keepers. And then the rest of the bags I'm going to list in lots of 4 or 5 or something on my Etsy near Christmas. There's some good ones in here. There's some older Tootsie Toys in that. There's like this coffin-shaped Scooby-Doo thing. So I think I'll make my money back on them, you know. But there's like a huge array of metal and plastic toys. I'm not going through every single one. And then that was what I bought at the end of the day. I was having such a bad day rummaging. I'm like, I did better last weekend when all I could do was rummage sale an hour before work. So I picked up 4 bags of jewelry, which totaled $3. And I did post some to my Facebook group. But I'm going to just pull out one thing per bag. So this isn't marked, but it's this cool like Aztec feel pendant. I don't think it's silver or anything. It's just a cool costume piece. Most of this is. And I know I threw all the gold stuff back in together where I all can. This is kind of cool. It's not as vintage as most things, but you have this pretty pink flower on one side and it gold on the other. And it's actually a locket compact by Mary Kay. And I looked this up. They go anywhere between 10 and 20. And then the reason I grabbed the bag with the gold jewelry in is I could read the other locket from outside the bag. And it says, I don't know if you'll be able to see that. It says 14 karat gold on there. I doubt it. I doubt it's going to do it. It needs a little polishing, but it still closes. It's real gold. It paid for all the bags together. Again, I'm not going to show you everything. There's a few Sarah Coventry pieces in here as well that will do really well. I found some really cool pins, which I put all together. This one I might just keep. I love hats. And it's just a really cool thing. This one isn't marked. This one, which is a lady wearing a hat, is marked. And she can sell anywhere from 8 to 20, depending on who lists her, apparently. And it is marked AJC, I think. I know I looked that up before. And then there's another unmarked pin that I think will sell really well. I know I didn't need any more jewelry to sell. I'm already going through my mom's old jewelry. But I was getting desperate to buy anything to be out of bed. This looks really cool. It's not marked or anything either. It's obviously great costume jewelry, but no markings, but it looks really cool. And then there's even more random pins, modern pins, vintage pins, costume jewelry I just picked up. And again, I'll list some in my Etsy shop over the next few months for Christmas sales and that, but I'll probably keep a lot of, like, especially more modern pins. I'll just add to my pin collection. But considering I was just not finding anything to even get worth being out of bed yesterday at all, it was like, okay, finally I found something. So, and then a bonus today, getting the small barrister cabinet, which I'm probably going to have to go move right now. I think we found a spot for it in the basement, and I think I'll put anything figurine like in there that's on sale in my Etsy so I can enjoy it while I'm waiting for sale, whereas anything that isn't that pretty per se can wait in my other cabinet I bought for the room with Amazon gift card money, because that's all sealed off cabinet. So I will link my Etsy store below. There's still 10% off through, I think, Tuesday. I think they made the Labor Day weekend the whole 5 days. It was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So 10% off a lot of things. Anything newly listed isn't included that, but thanks for watching.